Here's how I got my first TV appearance. I literally just finished filming. Now I'm back at the hotel, smashing a burger, and I'm gonna share with you guys how I did it. And this is the no bullshit version. So what you're seeing now, the big article that just came out in the massive magazine in Australia that I wrote, and, well, not that I wrote, but, you know, I was interviewed for the feature, whatever. And the filming that I just did with one of the massive networks here in Australia, and the article now that I just booked again tonight that is for another big... Anyway, all this stuff is happening because of a couple of things I did last year. So I want to share about that because I think that's important. I want you to understand the timeline. So first things first, you need to know is that I actually love PR. It's one of my favorite things to work on, PR strategy with my clients. And I have been managing my own PR for a long time, right? But I decided to bring on a PR agency. I worked with Diane from Top Knot Management. She's fucking amazing. I worked with her for 3 months. We pitched a lot of different type of stuff because back then I was confused as shit about what I was doing. I was money mindset coaching. I was business coaching. I had this whole other backstory that people were really interested that I was in I don't want to share about. There was a lot going on and it was very fucking confusing. And so we worked together for 3 months and she helped me kind of figure out what people actually wanted to hear about from me. And it was not what I expected. Because here's the thing, they didn't actually care about money mindset work, and they didn't actually care about how awesome of a business coach I am, and no one gave a shit. No one gave a shit about all my tips and tricks on how I can help them grow their business. They didn't fucking care. What people were really interested in was my journey leaving a toxic MLM cult. Yeah, people were super interested in that. And Diane got me one interview with 9 Honey, which is a blog here in Australia. And I took that interview, she prepped me, she gave me all the media training and took that interview, and that turned into a blog that went pretty viral and I got a lot of hate from, but also a lot of really positive response. And then that went out and I was like, oh, I don't know, I really want to talk about network marketing and my experience with it and how bad it is, because that's not going to relate to actually me making any money in my business and selling the products and speaking about things I want to speak about. And so I went on this whole tangent of no, I don't want to talk about it. And so that article helped a lot of people, but it didn't go anywhere. Also, I thought. Then I basically spent the whole of 2023 working on my own fucked up energy with being seen and being visible. And I'm like, no, I don't want to share all that. I want to keep that to myself. I don't want to get haters. I want to basically just people please the fuck out of the universe because of my past trauma. A lot of that was from the network marketing business, right? Are we seeing a pattern here? So anyway, I start doing shadow work with Felicity Morgan, and I do also a little bit of visibility work with another coach. I'm not going to mention because I will not endorse her shit. It was fucking rubbish. But, hit me in the DMs if you really want to know. So you avoid wasting your money too. Whatever. Ugh. But I do the work around healing my own visibility wounds, becoming a lot more comfortable with being seen, and the emotional intelligence work. So that was all the energetics. And I decided hey, I am ready to be seen in a big way. I have important things to share with the world, and I believe that these conversations can impact a lot of people really positively. I'm an author, I've written books, but even that was super edited. It's just okay, it's time to put your big girl panties on and be that bitch and say the things that no one else will say. So I do the healing, I do the emotional intelligence work to get comfortable with my haters, because there's a lot of them, especially lovely, boring, middle-aged white men on YouTube, just love to tell me to go back to the kitchen and pleasure my husband and don't do anything else in my life. Side note, got comfortable with the hate, so much so that it's I know what a degradation kink is, mate. I'll be mean to you, but I'm not doing it for free. I can see you're trying to bait me in the comments. Anyway, whole other thing. Energetically, I became a match for this. Then there was the strategic element. Now, background, I'm not currently working with Diane because she's booked out as fuck. She's amazing from Top Knot Management. She's just basically too cool for me. But I did decide in July of last year, from July to September, I was going to intentionally work my 90-day plan for visibility. So it came back to if you don't know what a 90-day plan is, it's basically 1 day of action repeated 90 times. I teach it. It's a thing. You can get the free download on the link on my bio that'll tell you exactly how to do it, and you can go in and do one. 90-day plan, and I strategically structured it for visibility, as in what can I do to book more guest podcasts, what can I do to put myself out there more, how can I show up and become more seen, how can I get in contact with the right people, how can I leverage the opportunities that I currently have. So I did the 90-day plan. I took massive action every single day for 90 days, and it built a lot of momentum. That momentum did not crescendo until December. So July to September, I did the 90-day plan, focused on visibility. December, I start getting the phone calls from all the really big, fancy, important people. So first, I get someone reaches out from Women's Weekly magazine in Australia, which is kind of like one of the biggies, right? And we do multiple interviews on the phone, which turns into like a 6-page feature, right? Then from that, combined with the original 9 Honey interview that I did, SBS reaches out to me. Once again, multiple phone calls. They want to interview my husband as well. He's like, fuck no, he's got the visibility boons. He's not ready to be on TV yet. I love him, but he doesn't want to do that. That's cool. They fly me over to Sydney, so I can do the interview and be on TV. That has also led to a bunch of other opportunities that have opened up just within the last couple of hours. But this is all work that has crescendoed and come to fruition from all the past energetic and strategic work that I've been putting in for a little while. And so that's actually how I did it. That's the really important stuff. That's the stuff that I feel is relevant. In terms of I've actually been pitching blogs. I've been pitching myself. I've been listing myself as a speaker and saying, hey, I'm willing to take this opportunity. I'm willing to speak about this. I've been talking about it in my own content. I have, pitched individually to different blogs. I have reached out and, mentored other people and publicly put myself in the place to say, hey, this is a topic that I am comfortable speaking about, that I will give you lots of juicy information on, and I want to have these conversations. And yeah, that's kind of led me to where I am today, which is sitting in my hotel eating a burger after filming my first TV appearance. And now, because I'm kid-free with a whole face full of glam professional makeup, I'm going to go record a bunch of shit because we don't waste the full glam and kid-free time.